All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get started here in Brevard, North Carolina. It's a beautiful evening, warm, hot day for the most part. Now that the sun's starting to set in the west, uh, temperatures are dropping down in the lower 70s. It's starting to get real comfortable. Game's starting a little later than the 6:30 start time. Brevard has already taken their in and out. Chase finishing up right now, and then we'll probably have the PA announcer introduce the lineups and have our national anthem played. Um, this is a good 2A matchup. This is Mountain Foothills 7. It's a 2A, 1A split, typically dominated by the Rutherford County teams. Chase High School is a very strong program, has been for years. They sometimes get overshadowed by RS Central and East Rutherford, but good disciplined teams down the mountain in Rutherford County. Coach Rumfeld's got himself a young staff. He lost a young roster. He lost 9 seniors. That team performed really well last year. A lot of college talent in that group. And on the other side, Brevard Blue Devils, much in the same situation, a young team um, playing fairly well. The record might not show it, but again, a young 2A Brevard, all the non-conference games scheduled against 3A, 4A opponents. Coach Lindsay trying to challenge his young staff. Each team has one college commit apiece to stake down the leadership. On Chase, it is the starting pitcher tonight, Andrew Corder, primarily a catcher. He's heading off to Division II Bluefield State University next year up in West Virginia. I think it's a good school for some of our better players to look at. It's not terribly far from Western North Carolina, about a 3-hour drive, and good competition up there. It's HBC. And then on the other side, 2025 commit Jordan Brown just made his decision yesterday. He's going to USC Aiken. So congratulations to Jordan on his Division II commit. Talked to Coach Lindsay this afternoon about his decision, and it sounds like a great fit for him financially, talent-wise. And, Jordan's a guy that we've had our eye on for a while here, with our baseball university scouting. So we wish him luck, and he's still got a whole season ahead of him next year to keep improving on his craft. Lineup tonight for Chase, they're going to be the visiting team batting first. Going to be Andrew Corder pitching, leading off. Hunter Brown, I want to keep an eye on him. He's a name that I've starred. He's a catcher, good catch and throw guy. Batting third, Ty Kilgo, the senior, is not planning on playing college baseball after school, but good football, good baseball player. In the 4 hole is the sophomore Zach Branch. He's going to be playing third base. In the 5 hole, Matthew Rayborn. I got to see him play in the fall. Has some potential as a left-handed pitcher. Just has to keep learning the craft. Followed by Landon Millwood. He's the shortstop tonight. Also a good pitcher for Chase. Followed by Noah Craig batting 8th. He'll be playing second. And in the 9 hole, you have Cade Davis, the senior. For the home team, Brevard Blue Devils, this evening, the starting pitcher is going to be – sorry, I'm just getting my notes together here. Who's he have on the bump tonight? Klepp. Nathan Klepp is the starting pitcher for Brevard this evening. Coach Lindsay told me Klepp is not a flamethrower, but he's a guy that gets ahead in the count. He competes. So he's been the best pitcher on his staff this spring. But leading off for Brevard is going to be Jordan Brown playing shortstop. After him is Grant Buchanan in the 2 hole, followed by Kellen Rogers, the catcher. Nelson Cottrell DHing. He's in the 4 hole. Liam McCrary batting 5th, playing left field.
As we get started here in just a minute, gentlemen, have to move the line up. Make sure I can read it's on this ABC paper.
Riley Anderson after him, playing first base. Malachi Doer after him. In the 8 hole, you have Tyler Hodgkins and the freshman Andrew Gorman playing center field in the 9 spot. So two young lineups, not a lot of seniors in either group. These are guys that both coaches have said there's talent, but it's just about, at a young age, becoming committed, hitting the weight room, showing that you have a year-long work ethic if you want to play at the next level. I hope this is a competitive game. on paper it is. They had a good game on Tuesday, and I believe Chase took that game. Let me go check the box score from the other night. So again, Brevard 5-9 versus the 8-8 Trojans of Chase. Chase won the first game of this series 7-3, and tonight again, as far as in conference records go, Brevard would love to get a win tonight and improve to 3-5 in conference. Chase right now in conference, they are, get a record on Chase, so 8-8 overall, and
Our coaches are beating there at center field. Excuse me, home base.
Chase is 3-4 in conference. So if they win tonight, they'll even up their in-conference record. RS Central and East Rutherford right now are tied for first place. RS Central was handed their first loss. I believe they were 17-0 until last night. North Henderson upset them 7-1. So good job to Coach King and the Knights of North Henderson. They're having a heck of a season. I believe they're 13-5, playing very well. Very well for Coach King this season. So a little bit of a delay to the game. So we're in a coaches meeting right now, but we were supposed to start at 6:30, and it's now 6:41. So I do apologize for those tuning in. We do want to thank our sponsor tonight. Very happy to have Hendersonville Honeycrisp sponsoring us. They sponsored a lot of our games this year for the Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. If you're not familiar with the Hendersonville Honeycrisp, they're the team that plays out of Berkeley Park in the Old North State League. It's a summer collegiate league. A lot of talented summer baseball players play in that league throughout North Carolina. The Hendersonville Honeycrisp are the furthest west team in that league. They were the runners-up last year. They won the championship 2 seasons ago. A lot of their players have gone on to play Division I baseball, and they represent some of the best talent that's come out of Western North Carolina. So kids that go off to play college in other places in the country, they come back and play for Hendersonville in the summer. Go to hendersonvillehoneycrisp.com for tickets. They sold a lot last year. They've been packing Berkeley Park. And one thing that they want to push this year is the Appleseed Club, which is something your kids can sign up for. A lot of giveaways, free T-shirts. Just a really interesting way to get interactive with the baseball team and try to get the youth involved. But I'm going to go ahead and quiet up for a second as the PA system is now introducing the teams, and we will have a national anthem here shortly.
Playing second. Number 6, Grant Buchanan. Batting third, catcher for the Blue Devils, number 10, Killian Rogers. Batting fourth, DHing for the Blue Devils, number 9, Nelson Cottrell. Batting fifth, playing left field for the Blue Devils, number 2, Leon McCreary. Batting sixth, playing first base for the Blue Devils, number 18, Riley Anderson. Playing right field, batting seventh, number 13, Malachi Dewar. Batting eighth, playing third base for the Blue Devils, number 16, Tyler Hudson. Playing center field, batting ninth, number 1, Andrew Dillon. And on the mound this evening for the Blue Devils, number 17, Nathan Clark. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you're able, please stand. Gentlemen, remove your hats for a quick moment of silence, followed by the playing of our national anthem. What a wonderful evening for baseball, folks. Don't get much better than this. Glad everybody is here. Again, don't forget to visit our concession stand as we get ready to get this thing started.
So again, Nathan Klepp on the bump tonight for the Blue Devils. Coach Lindsay said that Klepp's been his most reliable starter. He's a sophomore, so he's still got time to develop. We'll get some radar gun readings on him. I don't expect him to light it up, but it is a necessary step to just kind of see where they're sitting at, what they're playing with. Helps me evaluate the off speed a little bit and how they sequence. Saw a lot of good pitchers so far this year working in the mid 70s, and as much as I love velo, as much as college coaches are looking for it, you got to know how to pitch. So some of these guys are working well in their mid 70s. If they can add a little bit more velocity with the stuff and the sequencing I'm seeing, there's a chance for them to find a place to play. A good example is last night, great game between Tuscola and Reynolds, 2-0 final score by an Amos Riches complete game shutout. But for Reynolds, Jesse Danner, the 2 runs he gave up were unearned. So technically he worked 6 innings unearned, 0 runs, 0 earned runs. I think he only gave up 2 or 3 hits, and he worked the whole night at 74 miles per hour. So again, are they going to go play at Clemson? No. Are they going to play at D2? Maybe not. But are there JUCOs and D3 and small school programs where they can continue to develop and take advantage of the depth of those programs to get their opportunities? Absolutely. It's a good baseball player right here in Andrew Quarter. He's pitching tonight. Last week he threw a perfect game against Hendersonville, and he starts the first pitch of the game. He takes it right in the back for a hit by pitch. So not a lot of discussion time on Andrew Quarter, but he's a Bluefield State commit playing Division II baseball. Real gritty, good catch and throw guy, good mentor to who you're seeing coming up right now, Hunter Brown. Hunter, a junior. Him and Andrew have been splitting the catching duties. Hunter, very good catch and throw guy, has been hitting the weight room, trying to get stronger. Playing the game of baseball better each year as far as baseball IQ goes. So Brown and Quarter, big part of the team, the tandem at the top there. Hunter lays down a bunt right back to the pitcher, throws over. That's going to be a sack. So a sack bunt by Brown, moves Quarter up to second base, so runner in scoring position, 1 out. That brings Ty Kilgo up to the plate. Ty, good football player. I worked with Ty a little bit on his college recruiting a year ago before he decided he did not want to pursue college baseball. It's not a bad decision. Again, you've heard me talk about that on several broadcasts. College in general is not necessarily the route for everybody coming out of high school, and a lot of these kids have a good idea of how they want to make their money, go to work, find a career path that doesn't necessarily involve college. So, those kids, all your high school coaches can ask of them is grind, give us everything you got in your final year, and see how far you can lead our team before you graduate. So it's 6:50. Again, we're supposed to start 6:30, so a little slow to our start today. A lot of shaking up in the Western North Carolina power rankings the last couple weeks. Some good upsets, some surprise teams. So a lot of good baseball been watched and covered in the Scout and Stream series here in the last 2 weeks. And Kilgo's going to go down swinging here. So nice job by Klepp to record the second out with the runner on second. So now 2 outs, runner in scoring position. That's going to bring up Zach Branch, sophomore, playing third base tonight. Coach Roney said that he's going to evolve into one of their better hitters, still trying to find a position for him. Swings and drives one deep to right field, but that is going to be foul. So it didn't quite have the distance either. So foul over the fence on the right field side, not over the right field line, I should say, not over the right field fence. So just a long strike, 0-1 count. See if Klepp can fade a changeup on the middle outside here. Might be a good pitch to follow up after that. After getting the barrel out in front there for Branch.
Now at the plate, number 10, Matthew Brevard.
All right. What a miss there. I was writing some notes. Did he intentionally walk him? No. Oh, catcher interference. Okay. Well, you don't see that much. Sorry, I was looking down, taking some notes, and catcher's interference on the last pitch. So we'll put that down in the book as such. Branch moves up to first. Quarter remains at second. So 2 men on now, 2 outs. That's Matthew Rayborn. Again, I had some notes on him in the pregame scouting report. He's just a kid that caught my eye in the fall. Definitely needs to be refined, but there's some raw tools I like, both in the swing and on the bump. Needs to work on his control and just timing up on the bump, but there's good separation and potential. Any young freshman, sophomore type kid like a Rayborn, who's a 26 grad, it's really in their, they're in the driver's seat on how much they want to put towards their game with some of these natural tools. As you can see tonight on both sides, a lot of youth, guys that got to get into their bodies a little bit. You watch a college baseball game nowadays, everybody's, 195 to 220, it seems. I'd say tonight the average is about 135 to 155. That's ball 4. So I'll tell you what, after recording the K on Kilgo, for the second out, the catcher's interference and the walk here have loaded the bases. And Klepp finds himself in a bit of a jam now with 2 outs, but one good pitch gets him out of it. McGinnis up now. Chase McGinnis, a sophomore, DHing this evening. Another one of Coach Rumfeld's young freshman sophomores. Again, only 3 seniors in the lineup for Rumfeld tonight. Well, I think there's only 1 senior in the lineup for Coach Lindsay, so 4 seniors total out of 18 spots in the lineup. 2 strikes here. So good job by Klepp, trying to knuckle down here and end the top of the first with a goose egg up there. 0-2. Still going from the stretch. I like that. Not a big fan of the hangs one there. Hangs a curveball, fouls off the right side. So got away with one there on an 0-2 pitch. So again, the 0-2 count. Threw a curveball, and the last delivery is fouled. Another curveball. Charges from third, throws across the diamond. That is out. Number 3. So nice play there by Hodgins over at third. That ends the top of the first. It's going to be Brown, Buchanan, and Rogers for the Blue Devils in the bottom of the first. Again, want to thank our sponsor tonight, Hendersonville Honeycrisp. Hop on their website, hendersonvillehoneycrisp.com. Ticket sales are great the last couple seasons. By far the most ticket sales of any team in the Old North State League. They fill up Berkeley Park over there in Hendersonville, the historic stadium, the wooden grandstands. Been around a long time. The factory team, Berkeley Spinners, play there back in the day. And, this year they're trying to add to the element of entertaining the children, right? Trying to be kid-friendly. So get on their website, have your kids sign up for the Appleseed Club. Just an interesting way to get kids to the game and have them interacting while they're at the game. They have a passport where they can collect autographs and stamps as they catalog their adventure throughout the summer at Honeycrisp Stadium. And there's drawings. So if you join the Appleseed Club, you have a chance to pick out of the drawing to be the bat boy or bat girl during a game. A chance to yell "play ball" to start one of the games, and then I think there's a chance to take batting practice on the field during the playoffs. And we're assuming they're making the playoffs because they made it the last couple of years. They were the runner-ups last season, won the whole dang thing 2 years ago. And again, some of the best college baseball players coming home to play in the summer in the Old North State League. So hop online, check out the schedules, check out the Appleseed Club for the little ones. And we're going to talk a little later in the broadcast about the summer camps that are going to be running in June and July. There's 2 different camps. So, but first, let's peek in on Jordan Brown. Jordan, again, big congratulations to Jordan. Jordan committed to University of South Carolina Aiken, the D2 program yesterday. It's a very good, puts a swing on it here, left center field. Someone better call it. Center fielder all the way into the gap to get it. So fly out center field to start it. But Brown made his decision yesterday. He's made it a little early. I've tried to explain to families there's usually 2 waves of recruiting in each class. Right now we're in the first wave. Still kind of slow right now. But between now and I'd say August, you'll see about maybe 25 to 30% of kids who are going to play in college sign. And then the second wave, the other 75% usually signs in the fall, all the way to right now. I actually had my last 24 prospects sign this past week. And that was Eli Rigsby. He's going to Rockingham. So congratulations to Eli. He's a really, really good hitter. And I think the JUCO route's going to serve him well. But he's the last of my 24s to commit. And so I'm fully committed now to my 25s. Strike 3, nice pitch by Quarter. Quarter picking his catcher up there, too. You got to love that. Quarter points at Brown, tells him that's the way you block. Catcher telling a catcher. Got to love it. Quarter in an interesting position this year for Chase. He was the youngest guy on a very competitive group the last couple of years. So he's been a varsity contributor since freshman, sophomore year, and he's had that good group of, it was the seniors that graduated last year. It was 9 of them. Many of them are playing in college this year. And so he was really, traveling with that group. And when they all graduated, he's the lone man left, essentially. So he's been doing an excellent job of stepping up and providing leadership for the Trojans this year. Especially on the mound. Andrew would be the first one to tell you, he doesn't wake up in the morning thinking about pitching. He's a catcher by trade, but threw a perfect game against Hendersonville last week. It's probably been the best arm. Him and Millwood are the best 2 arms for the Trojans. Working quick here. That's the one thing about being a catcher that pitches. You want to work quickly because that's how you want your pitchers working with you. 2-out walk. Rogers going to go down to first base. Probably going to be pinch run for being the catcher. Let's see if Lindsay sends a runner out. Yep. So pinch running, or should I say courtesy runners, Gus Robinson. So 2-out walk.
Number 5, Gus Robinson coming out pinch run.
That's going to bring the DH, number 9, Nelson Cottrell, up to the plate. Cottrell Jr. Bounces one there. Robinson's going to move up to second base on the wild pitch. Hunter Brown, solid catch and throw guy. One thing I am trying to evaluate him on a little bit more this year is just getting down the block. He's a good blocker, but you know how it is with some of these young catchers, just knowing when to get into position to block. A little Baltimore chop here. Millwood, nice picks on the short hop, throws across, and that's out number 3. So good job by Millwood to charge it, picking on the short hop. And after the walk, no damage.
Score 0-0.
0-0 after the first inning. So 7 o'clock on the dot now. We're heading in the top of the second. It's been an interesting couple weeks of baseball. I've been messing around with my power rankings a little bit, just trying to, give my opinion on what I think the best baseball is out here in the mountains. TC Robertson's still been playing really good baseball. They're still in the number 1 spot, even with a loss to Irwin. I was talking to Coach Jones from Irwin on Tuesday. We covered their game at home versus Inca. their win against TC Robertson, I believe, was the first time that Irwin has beat TC since Coach Jones was in high school. RS Central, with their loss to North yesterday, they might get bumped out of the number 2 spot. East Rutherford's still playing good ball. I believe they only have one loss on the season. West Henderson continues to cruise. Tuscola with a big win against Reynolds yesterday. And, Asheville Christian, again, their record may not look great, but they've been playing a really tough schedule. They swept Christ School last week. North Henderson's probably going to jump up into the top 10 this week as well. So Anka playing better. It's been good. I wanted to try to get out and watch maybe a Hayesville versus Swain game, but I just don't think I'll be able to swing it this year. And
Landon Millwood.
1A baseball, that's one aspect of West North Carolina baseball that I'd like to see improve over the next couple of years. I think a lot of that is trying to build it into the community a little bit. Hits one off the hands here. Left fielder sprints in and makes a dive and play. So I believe that's McCrary out there in left field, Liam McCrary. So excellent play by the freshman. Takes a blue pit away from Millwood.
Noah Craig.
That brings Noah Craig to the plate. It was a treat to watch Amos Rich pitch last night. Another Baltimore chopper here. High throw, and that's going to be an E5. So routine ground ball by Craig turns into an E5, and he's on first base with one out. Bring up the senior Davis.
At the plate, Chase, number 5. Kate Davis.
Yep, so Cade Davis, the senior, up now for the Trojans, playing left field tonight. Yeah, I hate to see that there for Clep. He made another good pitch. Weak contact by Millwood. His left fielder picks him up. Weak contact by Craig. I believe that's Hodgson over there. Throws it high. Allows the runners to reach safely at first base. Now in the 9 hole, you got to wonder if maybe there could be a bunt on. Good lead by Craig. Stays put. Curveball spins it in for a strike. No wind tonight. American flag out there in center field, pretty limp. A lot of the games I covered the last 2 weeks have been very windy. Been losing papers, napkins, things blowing all over the place. So nice to have a steady day. No wind. A little humid. So 1-2 count here. Long look in. Another pick off attempt. Craig's got a healthy lead over there, so they might be trying to put the runner in motion here with 2 strikes. You're at the bottom of the lineup, about to turn it over. Worst case scenario, double play, you start at the top of the lineup next inning. Outfield shaded slightly towards left field. Strike 3. I'll bring top of the lineup up in quarter. I'm trying to get a couple of radar gun readings on Klep.
Now the plate, number 9, Andrew Carter.
Sophomore. Curveball 68. So hangs one there. Yeah, not a bad opportunity to run here. Maybe try to put the runner in motion, hit and run, get something going, 2 outs. .75 on the fastball. Nice pick by Rogers. Throws back behind the runner. He's back in time. That's what I about expect, about 75, 76. 71 there, change up. So 2-1 count. Craig still at first. Reached on the air. Long hold. Delivers the curveball 66 just outside. Good pitch. So 3-1 count on the leadoff hitter quarter, the Blue State University commit. Hunter Brown, the catcher, on deck. Still got the shin guards on. Fastball up, 74.
You're good. Nobody.
So an error and a walk pushes a runner in a scoring position for Hunter Brown. It's a good hitter to have in this position for the Trojans. Hunter's a pretty situational guy. He's been putting good swings on the ball all year. He's still not a guy getting into home run power necessarily, but he's starting to get into extra bases. He'll put one down the line. He can put one in the gap. He's got some speed. Big hole in the 5-5 right now with Brown. He's in the pocket of the runner, Craig, at second there. Brown pops the first pitch he sees back behind the plate for strike one. Brown had a sacked bunt his first time up, moving quarter up in the scoring position, so technically 0 for 0. Oh, 1 delivery here to Brown. Klepp battling. Ground ball, second baseman. A little bit of a bobble. Throws over to first. Good stretch by the first baseman. They said that he stayed on the bag, so caught it on the fall. But when that ball went into the pocket of the mitt, they're saying his foot stayed on. So routine ground ball gets a little exciting there. But it's the third out nonetheless. So Rumfelt's going to argue the call here a bit, which, rightfully so. He's telling him what he saw from his angle. Did he keep the foot on? He's listening to his case, but I don't think this one's getting reversed. So that's out number 3. Yep. So heading into the bottom of the second, still no score. Due up for the Blue Devils, McCrary, Anderson, and Doer. Brevard, a pretty little town here in the mountains. If you've ever walked through the downtown area, it's just a pretty place to go out for some coffee or lunch with your family. A lot of waterfalls and hiking trails up this way. And, of course, you got the beautiful college in town, Brevard College, Division III baseball program there. They've been playing really good baseball. They just took a series from Methodist, took a series from NC Wesleyan, 2 of the better D3 programs in the country that they beat. They get swept against Greensboro this past week, so I know they're not happy about that. But overall, if you look at Brevard the last 3-4 seasons, every single year they're getting stronger and stronger. Made the playoffs last year, hoping to make it again this year. Really recommend that our high school prospects get over and watch a Brevard College game and figure out what Division III baseball is all about. One of my pet peeves is just kids that shut down D3 right away because they just think it's like where the leftovers go or something. That just ain't the case. There's good baseball all over the country, Division III included. And, 60% of college baseball is played under D1 and D2 levels. So if only 6% of high school baseball players go to play in college, that shows you that only 2% are making it to D1 or D2, and only 4% are playing at all the other levels there. So it's an accomplishment to be a contributor at any starting 9, no matter the division. So if you want to get out and watch some good baseball, head over to Gil Cone Field and watch Brevard, the NATOs, play some solid Division III baseball. Liam McCrary made a nice diving play in the field to start the second inning there, robbing Landon Millwood. Probably should have put Liam on the pregame scouting report. Coach Lindsay's very high on the freshman. Him and Andrew Gorman are 2 freshmen that are contributing already for him in the lineup, and then a lot of sophomores throughout as well. Umpire calls it a strike. Probably was, but sometimes that catcher got to catch it. So again, bottom 2. Quarter delivers. Ooh, low fastball. Nice pitch, though. Two one deliver. Ooh, about a 58-footer there. So 3-1 count. Quarter hoping for another quick inning. Definitely don't want to walk the leadoff batter, but that's what we got. So ball forward to McCrary.
Now at the plate, number 18, Raleigh Anderson.
Second walk of the evening. No hits yet for Brevard. That brings the senior Riley Anderson to the plate. Pick off attempt. A little bit of a breeze starting to pick up, right field to left. You see the flag starting to whip in the wind a little bit. Lights on now here at the field. Football stadium makes the football stadium backs up to right field here in Brevard. Big football town as well. Pop foul behind us. Be a 1-2 count. This is just outside here. 2-2 count. Get a couple radar gun readings on Andrew. .66 on the curveball. Fastball 77. Pops foul. Is there going to be a play? Nope, just out. So Quarter, he's a guy I expect to probably sit around 77 to 80. Pickoff attempt here, falling down the mound on it. Another curveball, and that is strike 3. Spins it in there right down the middle, so 66.
Now coming into the plate, number 13, Malachi Dewar.
Strike 3 looking, so 1 out. McCrary remains at first base. That brings Dougher up to the plate. Dougher. 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 Left-handed swinger. 77. Ball 1. So 2-0 count. 1 out, 1 on. And got a chance to watch this Brevard team play earlier in the year against RS Central. Wasn't the prettiest game. I want to say the final score was 12-2. Maybe 10-0. I'm not sure, but it was a tough game. You had Drew Yelton on the mound for RS. He's one of the better pitchers in our area. He's a junior who's already committed to college at Charleston, lefty. So it was a pretty tough task. And I think the young Blue Devils just got a little overwhelmed that day. But they've been in some real tough matchups this year, and Will Lindsay's having playing really, really good baseball against some of these bigger 3A, 4A teams when they're out of conference. Ooh, almost hits him up and in. A little bit of heat on it. But yeah, the first game of the year, Brevard lost 1-0 to Asheville, 3-2 they lost to Irwin. You know, they beat East Henderson 9-8. Dewar fouls one off here. Beat Anka 5-4. Beat East again 14-6. They've took some whoopings too. 10-0 against West Henderson. 15-4 in their second matchup with Irwin. ER's, East Rutherford's beat them pretty good. But that's, I've had young teams in the past. You have different goals. You don't necessarily try to condition your team to win states. You just condition them to play within themselves, have personal player development goals. There's good wins and there's good losses too, Some of those good losses are things that you try to build on when you have a young team. Strike three, quarter, starting to dial it in now. So 2 straight Ks.
16, Tyler Hodgson.
That brings Tyler Hodgson to the plate. I think Hodgins was the pitcher that came on in relief for Rogers in that game I covered earlier versus RS Central. He pitched pretty well. I want to say he went 3 or so innings. $77 on the gun. So and a quarter, steady 77. 0-2 count. So big pitch for quarter here. And after the leadoff walk, 2 straight Ks. Chance for quarter to set the tone here. See if he can strike out the side and bring the Trojans back into the dugout at the top of the third with some energy. Again, that wind picking up a little bit, blowing right to left. Runner's off in the play. Nice block by Brown. Throws it down. Makes it close on a tough play. So stolen base by McCrary. And that'll be a decent highlight to cut for Brown later, even though he didn't gun him down. It was still a good throw to show off his catch and throw skills. Again, I've bragged on Hunter Brown a good bit this last year. He's one of the better catch and throw guys in this area. Nice fight by Hodgson there. Outside fastball. Might have been a ball, but got a fight with 1-2. Quarter battling. Misses down and away. Might be extending a little early on his front side. So 2-2 count, 2 outs. See if you can adjust here. Stay closed on one. Hard grounder into the dirt. Foul. So this AB by Hodgson starting to drag on a little bit. Good quality at bat by the third baseman in the 8-hole tonight. Nice pitch. After several fastballs, spins the curve in there at the very top of the zone. Andrew Quarter striking out the side. The Bluefield State commit. Again, primary catcher, has been asked to be one of the top arms for Rumfeld's Chase Trojans team this year, and he stepped up. So again, threw the perfect game last week against Hendersonville. He's already collected 4 Ks through 2. He's allowed 2 walks, but no hits. So we head into the top of the third now with no score. So I'll pause for a second and do a couple social media updates.
At the plate with Chase, number 11, Ty Kogo.
All right, for top of third, Ty Kilgo leading off for Chase. See if the three-hole hitter can get something going. Still no hits in the game for either team. Checks his swing here, fouls off to the right side, strike one. Again, we want to remind everybody that the second phase of American Legion tryouts. Oh, nice hit by Kilgo up the middle here. So that breaks up the goose eggs for hits. So first hit of the game for either team is a single by Ty Kilgo. But again, American Legion post 70 tryouts are this Sunday at 4:30 at West Henderson High School. They had their first round this past Sunday at Inca High School. Good turnout. Coach Decker hopes to have another competitive team. They went to the third round last year. They're looking for the best of the best in Western North Carolina talent. It's free. You know, American Legion Baseball is sponsored by the Legion and Grove Park Inn, so no cost to the players. Pops one foul here. Branch behind 0-1. But it's 30-plus games. You know, you ride the bus, eat post-game meals, so it has a high school, college baseball feel to it. You represent your community. It's not limited to a certain age. It's high school age all the way up to freshmen in college coming home for the summer. So it's good, high-level baseball. And if you're interested in trying out and you have questions, you can give Coach Decker a call at 828-691-4994. Another pop foul. Carbon copy of the last one, so a quick 0-2 count here for Branch. Kilgo with his lead from first base. Good long hold by Klepp. Delivers another foul. So good fight by Branch. 3 straight foul balls. I like the way Klepp mixes up his holds on the mound. I've seen a lot of undisciplined holding of runners this year by high school pitchers. You know, whether it's lack of mixing up their holds or slide steps. That's a 1/8s, 1/9s to the plate by the pitchers, where you know catchers are making good throws, but you know no matter how good the throw is, it could be a 1/8 pop time. You still can't get the kid because they're running on the pitcher. So another lefty in the box here for the Trojans, so that obstructs the view for the catcher. It might be a good time to try to run with Kilgo on first. Kilgo, a football player, good athlete. Not sure of his foot speed, but he can catch it. Oh, here he goes on this one. Rogers throws it down, and Kilgo is safe. So runner in scoring position now with 1 out. Trying to make something happen with some small ball here. Whoop. Rayburn, the lefty. You know, this is a situation where being a left-handed swinger, you try to get around the ball a little bit. You know, stay on plane, but try to time it where you can get that line drive, ground ball on the right side, move that runner up. Good hitters count, 2-0, fouls one off. Again, Klepp battling. Not sure what his pitch count is, but he's thrown a few already. Some deep counts. Spins one on the back foot for a ball. 3-1 count. So base open over there. You don't necessarily have to give him what he wants here, but, you know, pick a good pitch, try to make it, and see if you can get to 3-2. If not, force plays there if you walk them. Line drive single at the middle. Hit it just soft enough, too, that's going to allow Kilgo to score. So RBI base hit by Rayburn gives Chase the lead. So RBI single.
Chase McGinnis.
Nice job by the lefty. Got his hands in just enough to push it up the middle. Didn't quite get full barrel. Like I said, hit just soft enough that that center fielder had to spend time coming in on it. Gave Kilgo enough time to score easily. McGinnis up now. Chase McGinnis, sophomore, DH in the ninth, grounded out to third base to end the first inning. Backhand block by Rogers. Rogers behind the plate is one that Lindsay is pretty high on. He thinks he can be a stud. He can keep working. You know, he's got some strength to him. Looks like he's got a strong torso. Only a sophomore. Another poke up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit for McGinnis. Rayburn's going to hold up. Station to station. So McGinnis with the single, back-to-back singles. 3 in the inning. So Kilgo, Rayburn, and McGinnis all stay in middle. Leads to at least 1 run. 1 out, first and second. That brings Landon Millwood up. Landon flew out the left field his first time. Landon, a good pitcher. Works in the 75 to 77 range. Aggressive. Another skinny kid. Some of these guys got to really figure out a weight gaining program and get some more muscle mass behind them. Pop foul. Is that going to stay in? Nice play by the first baseman. Is that the senior Riley Anderson? You can't see it from our angle, but came all the way over to the fence, jumped up into it, kind of did a little bit of a Bo Jackson run up the fence, caught the pop up. I'm not gonna say it looked as flashy as
play number 2,
as Bo Jackson, but it was definitely an athletic looking play. So steals an out. So foul out to the first baseman. That brings Craig up. He reached on an error of the third baseman. His last at bat. Fastball outside. Not a very large lead for Rayburn at second. Better secondary. Actually, a pretty solid secondary. With 2 outs, that's what you're trying to do there, is make sure that you get your momentum on your secondary, able to score in a single, especially with 2 outs. You want to get a good jump. One. Pop up right in front of the second baseman. Should be a can of corn, as it is. That's the 3rd out. So damage done. 1-0 as we head into the bottom of the 3rd. So the Trojans strike twice against, or strike once against the Blue Devils to break open the scoring. And Recorder going to come out for a 3rd inning of work. And due up for the Blue Devils, got the 9-hole hitter Gorman, the freshman, back to the top with Brown and Buchanan and Rogers. Couple little raindrops starting to fall on us here, but even though the sky's gray, I don't think we're having anything as far as big thunderstorms coming in. So again, big thank you to Hendersonville Honeycrisp. They're running a good enterprise over there at Berkeley Park. Their season starts May 18th. Go check out tickets. They've already sold, I think, a couple thousand for the upcoming season. It's been a really good addition to Western North Carolina baseball. You had Trent Turner playing for him the last couple of years. He's at Western. He might get drafted here in the future. Braden Korn I always say he's the best high school baseball player I've ever coached. He plays for USC Union, but he's going to Western next year. Jared Penland, Zach Wilson, who graduated here from Brevard. He played for the Honeycrisp Jackson DeShane. He's playing out at Muskegum. They do a good job at the social media too. So follow them on Twitter, follow them on Instagram and Facebook. Really excited about the Appleseed Club. But another thing to mention is the camps that they have coming up this summer. So they run 2 youth camps. It's led by the college players themselves and Coach Lindsay, who you see in the third baseman's coach's box here. He's the head coach of the Hendersonville Honeycrisp. So his coaching staff and his players, they lead a youth camp twice in the summer. And the first date, so 1-1 count here on the freshman Gorman. I like the center fielder here. I think he had a single in the game against RS up the middle. Little guy, again, freshman, but, getting a lot of reps in the middle of the field, center fielder for Brevard. But back to these camps, June 24th, 25th, 26th, 3 days, and then also July 15th, 16th, 17th. So 24th to 26th and July 15th to 17th, 2 different camps, one in June, one in July. Nice hit by Gorman, and nice little leap and grab by the second baseman out there. That's Craig.
Number 11.
So LO4. But learn the fundamentals. I think it's ages 6 to 14. It's a $125 camp, 3 days of instruction from college-level baseball players. It's going to be over there at Berkeley Park. I think it's a great experience for your little leaguers to be around, 25 or 30 so college baseball players and learn about the grind, learn about the work ethic and what it takes to be successful at the next level. So you can sign up for their camp at Play In Sports. Again, that's PLAYNSPORTS, playinsports.com. I use their website as well for players to sign up for my prospect camps in the summer and fall. It's a great website. It's put together by Brock Hudgens, one of the coaches now, Lenore Ryan, to try to help better connect colleges and baseball organizations with families and players looking for camps. So pop up the first base here. Brown is retired, so kind of a quiet night for Brown so far.
Number 6.
Good athlete, though. We'll see if he can find himself in a position with some runners in scoring position later. Brings Grant Buchanan back up. Struck out his first time up. Left-handed swinger, sophomore. Grant's a good 2-hole hitter. Will Lindsay described him as a kid that wakes up hitting line drives. Again, he's another one of those good athletes that we see out here sometimes in that $145, $155 weight class. Oh, nice snag by Quarter. He's going to bring it all the way to the bag himself. So the old Geo1. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Quarter and the Trojans. So I'm pretty impressed so far with Quarter. Just the 2 walks through 3. So heading into the top of 4, it's 1-0 Chase.
Now at the plate, number 5, Cade Davis.
Sorry, a little late getting back to you. K. Davis going to lead off the fourth inning with a pop out to Jordan Brown at shortstop.
Andrew Carter.
And that brings the pitcher, Andrew Carter, back to the plate. Andrew is 0 for 0 with a hit by pitch and a walk. Trying to help himself out on the mound a little bit here, see if he can start a rally. It's 1-0 Chase Trojans over the Brevard Blue Devils at the moment. So top four. Fastball high. Yeah, Klepp's working at about 75 steady. Seen a few pitchers the last week working effectively at that level. You know, Hunter Shipman, another hit by pitch. So curveball doesn't spin. It's Carter in the head. He's 0 for 0 with 2 HBPs and a walk. He'll probably get pinch run for. That brings Hunter Brown to the plate. But yeah, earlier this week, Tuesday, we saw Hunter Shipman pitch pretty well against Anka. He was sitting about 73, 74. Jesse Danner, complete game, gave up 2 runs, both unearned last night in a 2-0 loss to Tuscola. He was 74 steady. And then again tonight, you have 2 guys, Andrew Carter about 77, 78, and Klepp here about 75 steady. High school average fastball in the nation is 77 miles per hour. You know, that's typically where the high school varsity pitcher sits on average, coast to coast. Now, granted, there's some places, you know, if you're in Southern California, your average fastball is probably 87. If you're in Florida, certain parts of Florida, your average fastball is probably 88.
Stay on the back there, Coach is checking him out. Good to see.
Carter going to stand. He's a good base runner, good athlete. So sometimes depending on how deep your roster is, your pitchers and catchers may run for themselves. Changeup is 68. Way out in front, fouls it off softly to the left side. Brown, a kid who wants to study wildlife management, maybe work in DNR, something in the fisheries, just likes the outdoors. He's had a couple different ideas for the college approach, and which is fine. When you're a young kid, how the heck are you supposed to know what you want to do yet? But currently, he's looking for junior colleges and schools that might have a route to some sort of wildlife management degree. 74 in the fastball, low. And the wind's died down a little bit. We had a couple raindrops fall on us earlier. Wind picked up for a second, but back to a pretty calm evening. Spins it here at 68, 2-2 count. That's a good 2-1 pitch right there. And that's something you look for when guys don't have overpowering velo is pitching backwards. You know, curveballs in 1-0, 2-1, 3-1 counts. '73, dirt ball, quarters off, and he's going to take it. I'm going to have to give him a stolen base on that because he read it well. He was picked. He was off right when he hit the dirt. So Carter with the stolen base. Hunter Brown with a 3-2 count now, runner in scoring position. So little things, base running. In on the hands. That's going to be in foul territory and land for a foul ball, 3-2 count. Got a rainbow in left field. That's pretty. I don't know if y'all can see that from here, but nice rainbow over left field or out beyond left field over the trees. But yeah, good little subtle base running advantage there by Carter. Like he hit the gas right when he saw that ball hit the dirt. So that's something that, you know, in a lot of the programs at North Henderson Christ School, we taught that. Like once you see that ball hit the dirt, if you're timing your secondary lead well, you can take off because it's going to take a half a second, even on a clean pick by the catcher, to recover. So Brown takes his walk. That's going to create a first and second situation. Ty Kilgo to the plate. Ty had a single his last time up and scored the only run of this game. And Will Lindsay, I've talked to his young pitcher, try to settle him down a little bit. You know, he's put himself in this position. He's only given up the 3 singles last inning, so 3 hits through 3 and a third innings so far for Klepp. And honestly, one good pitch here, a ground ball, get it to your middle infield and get you out of this inning. Kilgo, you know, he's got a good build. That's a kid. If he wanted to play some college baseball, there'd be programs for him to look. You know, sometimes when these kids decide before their senior year that they're going to forego college, you just hope that they still have the work ethic to put as much as they can into that senior year. Nice play by Hodgson. Throws across. That is a beautiful double play. So, again, you may or may not have been able to see that on the iPad. But Hodgson, the third baseman, picks it on the backhand right next to the bag, steps on it, throws across for the double play. So GIDP 5-3. So excellent work by the third baseman Hodgson there. Hodgson, a junior. I don't know what his college aspirations are. He pitched pretty well in that RS game earlier in the year. You know, he came out during a blowout, but just filled innings. So definitely a contributor. Picked it really well there. So coming in the bottom of the 4th, we're going to have Rogers, Kittrell, and McCrary up. And Brevard's still looking for their first hit. They got 2 walks, but only had both those walks ended up in scoring position, but not much threat yet from the Blue Devils lineup. We'll see if they can change that here with the middle lineup coming to the plate. Yeah, real pretty day now with that rainbow out there. Real comfortable weather. So I've been putting my schedule together for next week. Again, we have one more game this week on Saturday. It's an early one. I believe noon. We're covering Christ School is hosting Covenant Day. Got Charlie Collins on the mound. And then we're going to do 4 games next week, too. We're going hard here in the last 2 weeks of the season, 4 games each week. Or the last 3 weeks, we've gone 4 games. So 4 this week, 4 next week. Monday, we're going to cover an out-of-conference game, Pisgah at Madison. On Tuesday, we're going back to Tuscola, which was an awesome place. It's just such a good place to watch a baseball game. There needs to be more baseball in Haywood County. Like, the 2 best crowds in Western North Carolina high school baseball is West Henderson and Tuscola, and there just needs to be some more baseball up in Haywood County. I don't know if it's JUCO or summer collegiate or what, but they love their baseball up there. And then Wednesday, we're going to be over at AC Reynolds. We're going to cover their game out of conference versus East Rutherford, so that'll be a real good matchup. And then Friday, we head up to North Buncombe to check out Irwin again. Irwin plays, that's our first look at North Buncombe this year. Quarter moving quick here. I like it. Fast pace, trying to keep the game moving. Already bottom of 4, 2-1 count. Stays pretty compact and pretty deliberate on the mound there. Not a lot of movement. Just keeps his head steady. Just a turn and go delivery. Curveball, hung it, hit real hard. Sends the left fielder back to the warning track. And that's Davis out there that makes the put out. So hit it hard. So nice swing by
number 9 at the plate, the Blue Devils.
nice swing there by Rogers, but F07 in the book. And that brings Cottrell up. Nelson Cottrell, the junior. Grounded out to short in the first inning. Pops one up into the right field Bermuda Triangle. No pursuit from the first baseman. Right fielder's going to take it. So again, quarter moving quickly. A lot of weak contact. putting it out there for them to hit. So fly ball to Davis and a fly ball to Kilgo. There's 2 quick outs. The freshman McCrary walked his first time, stole second. Another one that Coach Lindsay's pretty high on. And again, give Will and Lindsay some time. This team will be pretty solid in a few years. He's trying to build it in the neighborhood. He's got a good background with his college playing and college coaching days, and obviously coaching the Hendersonville Honeycrisp last couple of seasons. You saw how well he worked with his shortstop Jordan Brown on helping him with his college commitment. Already committed here in April to Division II USC Aiken as a junior. So the Brevard community would be wise to rally around Coach Lindsay and help push funds into the Baseball Boosters program. Trust his decisions. Let the coaches work, and 3 or 4 years from now, that's usually when you take a program as a new coach, you want to give yourself about 3 or 4 seasons to get everything rolling. Another good curveball by Quarter. Weak contact out to Kilgo. That's 3 fly ball outs. So 1 to the left fielder and 2 to the right fielder. We're going into the top of the 5th. Still 1-0. Quick moving game. Say we're about an hour into this game. It's already top 5. So heading in top 5. Chase up 1-0 over Brevard still. So another pitcher's duel. Seen a bunch of these in the last couple of weeks. I might have to try to run up to the concession stand here and refill my coffee cup. All right, so leading off here for Chase in the top of the 5th is Branch. Had a good AB. He struck out last time, but he fell behind 0-2, but fouled a bunch off. Ended up striking out, but put some good swings on. I like the left-handed swing. Again, another young one for Rumfelt, Coach Rumfelt. He reached on catcher's interference in the first inning. That looked like a really good changeup there by Klepp. Faded it on him, so. Poor McInnes here has found himself in a bunch of 0-2 counts already this game. Let's see if he can fight back on this one. Pop foul back over the first base dugout. I like how both these pitchers are actually working tonight. Look like Klepp's probably not happy with this pitch count. He's gotten deep into some counts, but he works pretty quick when he has to. And then when he's got runners on base, he's got good holds. I can tell that those base runners aren't comfortable guessing a jump on a steal. Hits him here. So spun it, but started too far on the inside. So gets ahead 0-2 and then ends up pelting him in the behind. So Branch is going to be a leadoff hit by pitch. Let's bring Rayburn up. Rayburn has the only RBI of the evening. Hit a RBI single up the middle. Kilgo, Rayburn, and McInnes had successive singles in the third inning. Squares the bunt here. Bounces it back behind him for strike 1. And Branch, a stocky kid at first base. I don't know what his speed is. Not a huge lead. He's going to have to get a decent jump here. Squares the bunt. Pushes down the third base side. Excellent sack bunt. Throws it across. Nice pick at first base. At first base by Anderson.
Now it's plate number 12.
So sack bunt by Rayburn. It's going to be 5-3. So Rayburn's 1 for 1 in the book today with a walk, a sack, bunt, and an RBI single. So good day for Rayburn. Runner in scoring position now for McGinnis. And there's a base hit backside. McGinnis' second hit. They're going to hold the runner at third base. So McGinnis puts the brakes on at third. McGinnis is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. That brings Landon Millwood to the plate. Popped out up on the fence in the third inning to the first baseman. A great play by Anderson over there. Jumped up against the fence to steal an out. First and third situation here. A lot of high school teams have had trouble defending this play this year. We'll see. It looks like a big jump there by McGinnis at first. I thought there was going to be a delayed steal for a second. 1-0 count. And I don't know how much speed's on the bases right now with McGinnis and Branch. Millwood, not a power hitter. Squares the bunt. Safety squeeze. Excellent job. Excellent safety squeeze. So again, for those kids listening at home that know what a safety squeeze is, a squeeze bunt, obviously the runner is off on the play at third and you got to bunt it. Safety squeeze is a hard secondary lead by the runner at third, and then you see where the bunt is placed. So that was perfectly executed. So 1-3 on the squeeze. It's an RBI. McGinnis goes up to second. Craig takes strike one. So again, just an excellent small ball there by Chase. So 1-3 on the sack bunt. Well, I shouldn't say sack. I don't know my scoring on that one. Does that go down as a sack? It might. So RBI for Millwood on the squeeze. Second run of the game. And the way Andrew Corder's pitching right now, he might not need much more cushion. So Craig 0 for 2, reached on air in the second. Branch already in this inning. McGinnis at second. 2 outs. Still might not be a bad idea to square here. Oh, hands in. Tries to put some barrel on it, but right into Jordan Brown's glove. So nice job by Craig trying to get his hands in on it. Didn't quite get the barrel. LO6 ends it. So heading into the bottom of the fifth. So Corder comes out in the top of the fifth, and he's been cruising pretty well.
Riley Anderson.
Senior Riley Anderson leading off, struck out his first time up. It's a fly ball, another one to Kilgo. So Kilgo's been busy out there in right field.
Now the plate number 13, Malachi Dewar.
Pop fly down the Bermuda Triangle. Millwood gives chase, but it's foul. All right, sorry. So Dewar up, the right fielder struck out in the second inning. Actually, Andrew Corder struck out the side in the second inning. So Anderson, Dewar, and Hodge are all strikeout victims. One out here. Swing, fouls a liner off to the left side. So good fight for 0-2. Ooh, nice curveball. Spins it. Gets him looking. So Brown set up outside. The curveball actually brought the glove back inside, but framed it enough to show that, yes, it did catch some plate. So that brings Hodgson up. Hodgson turned a really nice double play over at third base in the fourth inning. His bases loaded with 1 out. Backhanded a hard ground ball, picked it on the backhand, stepped on third, and threw across for the double play. Fastball high. Let's see what Quarter's fastball sitting at here in the fifth. Backhand play by the third baseman, throws it across. Oh, and he is safe at first base. How you scoring that? How you scoring that? He bobbled it, right? I do too. All right, so we're going to say it's an E5. It's just one of those plays where he did bobble it. If he gets it cleanly, that kid's out at first base. So, Hodgson's going to reach on the E5. Again, before the game, Coach Rumfelt told me that he was going to be playing Branch at third base, so that he wants to get his bat in there. We're still trying to find him a position. So, a decent little play over there, but just bobbled it enough that couldn't get it clean out the glove. So, E5. That brings the freshman Gorman up with 2 outs. Misses high, 1-2 count. Quarter continues to move quickly. Nice curveball, strikes him out. Quarter pumped up, coming off the mound.
2-0.
1-2. So that's his first K since the second inning, but his 6th on the evening. So nice job by Quarter. Only allowing 3 base runners so far. 2 walks in the E5 there by the error there by Branch, allowing Hodgson to reach safely at first base. So heading into the top of the 6th. Sorry, top 6, 2-0. Klepp back out there for another inning of work. Again, I want to thank our sponsor, Hendersonville Honeycrisp. 2 summer camps, youth summer camps this summer coming up, one in June, one in July. Head over to playinsports.com for more information. But also head to Hendersonville Honeycrisp. They got a link there as well. Get your kids, I believe 14 and under, signed up for the Appleseed Club. Actually, it might be 12 and under, but all details are on the website. Good chance to get your kids interacting with the Honeycrisp during the season. Some giveaways, some chances on to be selected through a few drawings for a few events going on at the park. But the Hendersonville Honeycrisp have been a great addition to Western North Carolina baseball. So check them out, HendersonvilleHoneycrisp.com, and get your tickets. They're going to be selling out a lot of their games this year.
Number 5, Kate Davis.
So Cade Davis, the 9-hole hitter, leading off for the Trojans here in the 6th. And hits one hard into the gap. That might be our first extra base hit of the night. Yep. It's going to be a double for the 9-hole hitter, the senior Cade Davis.
Now to plate number 9, Andrew Carter.
That brings Quarter up. Quarter 0 for 0 on the day with 2 hit by pitches and a walk, stole a base. Got a runner in second here, trying to get an insurance run to help himself. Brown on deck. Could be bunting here. Takes a pitch inside for ball 1. So again, opportune time for a bunt to move the runner over, but Quarter one of your better hitters too, so you might want to give him a chance to swing away here. Again, another beautiful night of baseball. Oh, he ain't going to have to bunt. So wild pitch allows Davis to move up to third base, so no sack bunt needed, and Quarter's probably going to be swinging away here. We'll see if, with 2 bases open here, we'll see if Klepp gives him something to hit. Ooh. 2-0 fastball in the inside corner. It's a good take, though. Hodgson up on the grass at third base. Brown and Buchanan up on the grass as well. Quarter fouls one back here. Evens the count 2-2. So the Blue Devils will be trying to cut this run down at home if it's on the ground. And if you're Quarter here with the infield up, the angles work better in your favor if you can shoot one hard through the hole or up the middle here. Don't have to try to do too much. Be short to the ball. Sack fly opportunity here. Caught in center by Gorman. Davis is going to score easily from third base. So sack fly RBI for the pitcher, Andrew Quarter.
Now coming out to plate number 3, Hunter Brown.
So very interesting box line for Quarter tonight. He's 0 for 0 with 2 hit by pitches, a walk, and a sack fly RBI. So no official at bats in the box score for Quarter. Good evening for Klepp. His final line on the evening is going to be 5 1/3 inning.
It's like number 2, Lee McCreary coming to the mound. Pitch.
So 5 1/3. All the runs were earned. So 3 runs, 3 earned on three runs on 5 hits. 2, 3 walks. And 3 hit by pitches. So the pitch count definitely getting up there a little bit. Collected a couple Ks. 3 on the evening. So not a bad line against a good Trojan team. Again, Trojans 8-8. The Rutherford County teams are pretty disciplined. 5 1/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 3 hit by batters. Those walks and hit by batters kind of what came to get them. Just that gets that pitch count up a little bit. You got to face extra guys. So, but overall for the sophomore, you got to be happy with his performance. The Blue Devils are a team that, with their youth, they're just going to keep trying to get better through experience. And these outings will pay off next year. These outings will pay off in 2 years. You go through the bumps and bruises now in order to improve your attributes, essentially. All right, so on the mound now for the Blue Devils is Liam McCrary, the freshman. So freshman get an opportunity here to collect some innings and keep his team close. Nobody on base. See where Liam's fastball sitting as a freshman. So off speed there, curveball 57. And again, most freshman pitchers usually about 65 to 70. You know, a lot of them aren't physical yet, still learning their body. 73 on the fastball there. So it shows you that's probably going to be mid-70s. Brown trying to reignite a rally here with 1 out, up 3-0. Falls behind 3-0 to Brown. There's a strike. Hard hit line drive single by Hunter Brown. And that's a good example of the improvement he's made to his game this year. Hunter's always been a good catch and throw guy, a good baseball player in general, but I told him he's got to get stronger. And that swing right there shows you that he's been putting time in the weight room, coming real hard off the bat. So 1 out single. It's going to bring Kilgo back to the plate. Kilgo having a great day in right field, catching everything hit his way. Ground into a double play last time, 1 for 3 with a single and a scored run. So a good chance for, again, another one of Will Lindsey's young players to get some bumps and bruises. Oh, Taylor made double play ball right there, but that's going to be a E4. And you hate to see that because, again, made a good pitch. That's the one that probably gets him out the inning. And now it's first and second with 1 out. And you got to hope that the Blue Devils can knuckle down here and give themselves 2 more ABs to come back in this game. You don't want to let this game get out of hand here when it's still a very close ball game. Anything can happen in baseball, you know, if you keep a game close. Branch with another foul ball. A lot of foul balls by Branch tonight. He's been working hard up there, the third baseman. 0 for 1 technically. Reached on catcher's interference and a hit by pitch. Struck out in the third. He's had some decent ABs tonight. I like the swing. You know, he made an error there at third base last inning, bobbling a ball, allowing the runner to reach. So he's going to have to find a position. But the left-handed swing looks like it can play. Soft ground ball here. No. Oh, nice job by the pitcher, the freshman, getting over McCrary. So, again, I thought there was going to be nobody at first there, but McCrary dashed past the ball to first, gives him a play. So 3-1 on the put out. Nice job by the freshman, just PFP. You know, I mean, a lot of kids might bail on that play if they don't have the experience. So now with 2 outs, that brings Rayburn up, I should say. Rayburn pokes one into center field, and that's going to land. And that's going to be a 2-run single for Rayburn. So nice job by the sophomore Rayburn tonight. He is 2 for 2 with a walk, a sack bunt, and 2 singles for 3 RBIs. So Excellent work.
Jason Smith said he'd pay the other half. Half price chicken sandwich.
There's another base hit. This time McGinnis. Oh, and that gets under the left fielder's glove. You hate to see it. That's going to be a single. And it's going to be an E7 that allows that run to come all the way around and score. So hate to see it.
Keep going, everybody.
There's another swing, but that ball is going to be tracked and caught. So Millwood gave it a ride down the right field line, but that's going to be a fly. So they almost bat around there. So a couple unearned runs in the inning. It makes it 6-0. We're heading into the bottom of the 6th inning. So a little bit of a wild inning. You know, the senior, the 9-hole hitter, starts off the inning, Davis, with a double. He scores on the sac fly RBI by Quarter. Brown singles. Kilgo reaches on an error, which was a tailor-made double play. Could have ended the inning right there. So all the runs that follow are unearned. Rayburn with the 2 RBI single. McGinnis with the hard hit single, but the E7 allows the run to score. That makes our score 6-0. Andrew Quarter's still on the bump. And interesting conversation for Cam Wood Bats player of the game now. Rayburn definitely making a case. He's 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs. Quarter making a case. Again, I don't want to speak out loud here. Let me check my notes just to double check. Yep, Quarter's still doing the thing that I don't want to talk about. So he's definitely in line for Cam Wood Bats player of the game if he finishes this game off on the mound doing what he's doing. Kilgo had a good game defensively. I don't think he's pulled away enough for Cam Wood Bats player of the game yet. Brown with a good game. Technically, he's 1 for 2. But right now, I think it's between, well, heck, McGinnis got 3 hits too. So McGinnis 3 for 4. So McGinnis, Rayburn, and Andrew Quarter all making good pushes for Cam Wood Bats player of the game.
Now at the plate for Blue Devils, number 11, Jordan Brown.
And Blue Devils are going to have to start trying to make some noise here, and they got their best overall player at the plate in Jordan Brown. Again, the USC Aiken commit. Had a chance to watch Jordan play since his sophomore year, and that right there, that shows you what Aiken's getting. Hard line drive single up the middle for Brown. Hopefully it's not going to be too little too late, and the Blue Devils can try to rally a little bit here. Brings Grant Buchanan to the plate. Buchanan probably looking for some redemption. He made the error there in the 6th inning on the double play ball. So sometimes you see it in baseball. You make an error and then you come up and you get a big hit to get your team going. So let's hope that Grant Buchanan can get a good swing on a baseball here and make this interesting. So first hit of the game. Oh, well, now I can say it out loud, but Jordan Brown breaks up the no-hitter. And there's another hit by Buchanan. So 2 runners on. So no-hitter broken up here in the 6th inning by Brown. Buchanan follows up with another single. So now 2 hits on the board for Brevard. But great effort by Andrew Quarter this evening, bringing a no-hitter into the 6th inning. So he goes 5 no-hit innings. Now we're here in the 6th with 2 runners on. 6 Ks on the night for Quarter through 5. Now Kellen Rogers up. Kellen 0 for 1 with the walk. Let's see if the Blue Devils can rally here. Out here in Transylvania County. Beautiful area. Hangs a curveball, gets away with one there. If you can stay a little bit more on playing on that swing there, time it up. That could elevate a pitch. Try to get a line drive on that. We'll see what he comes with now on an 0-2 count. And pivotal moment here as we get down to the final 6 outs for Brevard. 0-2 count here. Hard line drive at the middle. And that's would be an RBI base hit for Rogers. So good job by the Blue Devils finally making some adjustments, especially on the curveball. That's an error. So base hit, RBI single by Rogers scores Brown. The throw back into the infield is wild. So the E8, I think it was, allows Rogers to move up and Buchanan. So second and third now. And the Blue Devils threatening. So again, hate to say it, but you go back to those unearned runs in the top of the 6. If you can eliminate them, we might have ourselves a 3-1 game right now with the threat still happening. Can't erase history though. Can't erase what's been done. You can only try to add to the narrative here and try to win the inning. So try to put a crooked number up on the board and give yourself a chance. Oh, going into the bottom of the 7th, brush back there. So Cottrell, the junior DH, 0 for 2. Quarter running into his first bout of trouble after having no hitter for the first 5 innings. He gives up 3 straight singles. That ball is going to be deep into center field. So Buchanan tags up. I'm going to be honest. I think he left a little early there because I don't know if you saw it on the iPad camera, but he stutter stepped about 3 steps down. I think he knew he left early. But they're not going to appeal here. No appeal. So it's going to be a sac fly, RBI in the book. Scores Buchanan from second or third base. So 6-2. So RBI by Cottrell. That brings McCrary up. Runner on second. Again, I think the Blue Devils got away with one there. Buchanan left a little early at third, but nobody really caught on to it. So 6-2 here in the 6th inning. The freshman McCrary up. McCrary on the bump right now. Had a good PFP last inning. Ground ball, first base, gets over there, covers the bag. On the bump, he's about 73, 74 miles per hour. A little wonky on the arm action. But, these kids are young. They're going to get into their bodies. I've coached many a 8th grade freshman that ended up being completely different physicalities later on. So wild pitch. Wild pitch sends Rogers down to third base. So, again, 1 out. I'd like to see Brevard get that run in and cut the score in half before heading into the 7th. Line drive, base hit down the right field line by McCrary. Excellent piece of hitting. Didn't try to do too much, just let the ball travel, drop the barrel to it. Scores Rogers from, actually it might have been the pinch runner, Robinson for Rogers, but either way, 6-3 now. McCrary on first base. We might have ourselves a pitching change here as we're finally starting to get to Andrew Quarter here in the 6th inning. Heck of a day by Quarter on the mound, but all 3 of these runs are earned. So the sac fly. So last inning, that 6th inning again. We had the sac fly RBI by Quarter. But the 3 runs that followed, the 2-run single by Radburn, and then obviously the error in left field on the McGinnis single. Those 3 runs were unearned. So if they could have kept the unearned runs off of the board, it would be 3-3 right now. I mean, we don't know. It's butterfly effect. You never know how things are really going to turn out. But anyway, the senior Anderson up. Quarter remains in the game. They're relying heavily on the senior this year. We'll see if he can knuckle down and get the first baseman, senior Anderson. Anderson 0 for 2. Made a great defensive play earlier in the game. Misses outside here, 2-0. Quarter's still trying to work quick, but again, late in the game, getting tired, trying to repeat mechanics. Don't want to rush too much. Pop foul. 2-1 count. So Brevard trying to rally. Swing and a miss. Evens up the count. Chase the high heat. Pop fly into center field. It's going to be a can of corn. FO8. So 2 outs.
Now at the plate, number 13, Malachi Dewar.
That brings Dewar up to the plate. So Dewar, the left-handed swinger, takes a fastball inside for a strike. So got ourselves a good ball game again here. Looked like Chase was going to start to run away with it there last inning, getting up 6-0. But 6-3, 2 outs here. Might want to send the runner on here. I think a curveball is coming. It's either going to be a high fastball, maybe fade a change. Oof, close pitch. Thought he had it. Andrew Corder is about halfway back into the dugout after that. He's got to regroup. Still got to make a pitch here. 1-2. Again, I'm probably sending the runner here, trying to make something happen. Runner stays put. Misses high. Swing and a chopper. This could be trouble. Shortstop Millwood in. Oh, he's going to bobble. There's nobody at third base. It's a race to third. Oh, my gosh. What a play. What a play. So Millwood comes in charging. The ball short hops and bounces under his glove. Quarter in a foot race to the bag to third base to try to catch McCrary. McCrary with a good read because as everybody was converging on the play, there was no one at third. But again, makes the recovery there, gets the ball to Quarter. Quarter beats him in a foot race, and they both dive into the bag. McCrary flew past the bag, so whether he was out before or after touching the bag, we'll never know. It don't matter because he went off the bag anyway. Hopefully Andrew Quarter's okay, limping off the field, so we'll see who comes in and closes this ball game if Andrew Quarter can't go on. So in the book, Dewar technically reaches on an E6, but then it's, I believe, 4-1 on the putout at third base, so wacky baseball. So 6-3. A lot of excitement. That could have been a game changer right there. If he's safe on the play, this inning's still going on. Oh, boy. So now we're going in the top of the 7th. We got the bottom of the lineup due up and Craig, Davis, and then back at the top in Quarter. We'll see if Quarter comes up to hit. I'm going to walk away for a second and get a cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
let's shut him down. Blue, we gotta get him. Let's go.
Now to plate number 5, Kate Davis.
Almost made it back in time. So it looks like a leadoff hit there by, let's see, was that a pinch hitter or is that Noah Craig? All right. So Kate Davis now hit a double his last time up. That really opened up the rally there in the 6th. So again, a single there for our leadoff hitter. Was that pinch hitter there? You know? No. Hey, Mark, was that a pinch hitter?
Yes.
Who was that? Smith. Gotcha. Cole or hey, Heath? Okay. Sorry, went to get a cup of coffee. I missed it. So Smith hitting for Craig gets the single. Ball in the dirt here. Rogers gonna have a shot. Nice throw. So cuts him down 2-6 there. Nice job by Rogers on the recovery. Cuts down Smith at second. So Davis now with a 3-0 count. You don't want to lose them here if you're McCrary. You want to come all the way back on your 9-hole hitter. Ooh. Maybe a bit of a high strike call, but, 9-hitter. Top of the zone. Smith with another poke, but, oh! Yes, no? All right, so we got an E9. So Davis puts a can of corn out the right field, but unfortunately our right fielder out there, Dewar, falls down. It's going to be E9. Allows him to get to second base. So good thing Rogers was able to shoot down the runner at second there. Now we got another unearned base runner on. So quarter up, staying in the game after a little scare there at third base. We made the final out and dash to the bag. Ball way outside. Quarter's got an interesting line tonight. 4 plate appearances, but 0 at bats. 2 hit by pitches, a walk, and a sac fly RBI. Also has a stolen base on the evening. Insurance run out there at second. Hard ground ball to short. Brown's going to gobble it up, throw it across. That's a second out of the inning. So runner on third means Kellen Rogers got to be big back there. No pass balls, no wild pitches.
Plate number 3, the Trojans, Hunter Brown.
Hunter Brown had a real hard line drive his last time up. He's 1 for 2 on the night with a walk, a sac, bunt, and a single and a run scored. Brown talking with his first base coach right now. I don't know if they're going to be that deliberate about it, but Brown is a good bunter, and he's one of those guys with as deep as that second baseman is. If he can push it over that way, he might be able to beat it out. But again, not going to be that deliberate. Ground ball to short. Brown gobbles it up again, throws across, low throw. And that's going to be past the first baseman. So an unearned run is going to score. So E6, Brown to first base. No RBI with 2 outs. There's no RBI there. So again, it's an unearned run on the throw. And that's unfortunate because Blue Devils worked hard to cut that lead in half after giving up 3 unearned runs on the 6th. So now 7-3. Kilgo up. Runner off. Rogers probably better off holding on to that one. He judged the pitcher pretty good on that. Brown takes the base easy on the curveball as well. So picked a good pitch to run on. Now Kilgo up with a runner on second. Ooh, nice poke by Kilgo. And that's going to get another run in. That's going to go all the way to the fence. So Kilgo is going to go for 3. It's going to be an RBI triple for Kilgo. Scores Brown. So good day for Kilgo. He's 2 for 5 on the day with a triple and a single, an RBI. Scored 2 runs. So the box scores, it's an 8-3 game now. The box scores are starting to come into view. 0 for 1 for Quarter with 2 hit by pitches, a walk, an RBI sac fly. Hunter Brown,
number 7, Walker Bentley.
1 for 3 on the evening with a walk and a sac bunt. Kilgo 2 for 5. Branch is 0 for 2. Catcher's interference, hit by pitch, run scored. Rayburn with a good game so far. He's 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs, a run scored, a walk, and a sac bunt. McGinnis 3 for 4. Millwood with the safety squeeze. He's technically 0 for 3. I believe the safety squeeze doesn't count as an AB because there's a run on first moving up 2. Craig 0 for 3. The pinch hitter Smith 1 for 1. And then Davis, good day in the 9 hole. He's 1 for 4, but 2 runs scored and a double. So new pitcher here for Brevard is going to be Walker Bentley, the senior, number 7 coming in. And unfortunately, this game might be close to getting out of hand here. If Branch can score this run from third base, I'll make it a 9-3 lead going into the bottom of the 7th. So again, Branch up 0 for 2 on the day, reaching the catcher's interference, a hit by pitch. Hits a hard liner to center. It's sinking, and that's gonna fall. So RBI single for Branch. Ty Kilgo comes in to score.
Now the plate number 10, Matthew Rayburn.
That brings Matthew Rayburn up. He's been having a really good game too. Runner off, no throw. So Branch kind of sneaky on that with Rayburn the lefty up. Maybe they didn't see him, didn't hear anything in the infield on the steal. So Rayburn now with the runner in scoring position. He's got 3 RBIs, 2 for 2 tonight. We'll see if he can keep his good evening going. Rayburn with a little bloop. Let's see if that finds. Nope, it's going to find the glove of the right fielder. So flies out to right field, and that ends the inning. So
7th. Coaches had a few more runs at lead, 9-3.
So Chase up 9-3 over Brevard, heading into the bottom of the 7th. So last chance for the Blue Devils. All right, so Andrew Quarter coming out to try to close this game down, 9-3. Again, relying heavily on the senior this year to get them through, eat some innings. So, tough choice here for Camwood Bats Player of the Game. Andrew Quarter pitched really well this evening. It's going to be 7 innings, 3 earned runs. Well, 6 innings, 3 earned runs. We'll see how the 7th goes. Allowed I think it was 4 hits. Matthew Rayburn with some key RBIs really helped them pull ahead. So he's got 3 ribbies on the night, 2 for 3. McGinnis with 3 hits, but no ribbies, no runs. So Rayburn, I think Kilgo and Quarter are the 3 in discussion right now. Kilgo with the RBI triple. He's played a really good right field this evening.
Now at the plate, number 16, Tyler Hodgson.
So 2-0 count here. Hodgson's leading off in the 8-hole. Gorman, the freshman, behind him on deck. Hodgson fouls one back here. Well, it's going to be a foul ball, but see if there's a play over there for Rayburn. Yep, Rayburn makes the play over in foul territory. So 1 out.
Now at the plate, number 1, Andrew Gorman.
So falls behind Gorman 2-0. Same pattern he had with Hodgson. See if he can come back. There's a hard line drive single through the 5-5 hole. So nice job by Gorman. Second hard hit ball of the night. There's only 1 for 3 lined out to the second baseman back in the third.
Jordan Brown.
So Jordan Brown, 1 for 3 on the evening. Jordan broke up the no-hitter in the 6th inning. Scored the first run of the evening for Brevard. So it's the 3rd batter in a row that Quarter's falling behind 2-0 on. Letting Brevard hang around a little bit here. Brown swings and sends a skyscraper to left field. He's under it and makes the catch for the 2nd out.
Now at the plate, number 6, Grant Buchanan.
So Poles Quarter must be a pitch count thing. And they're going to bring in number 2. So Noah Craig going to try to come in and record the final out. Sorry, I've been a little quiet here. I'm looking through my scorebook. I'm trying to figure out who's going to be the Camwood Bats Player of the Game. I thought Quarter did really well on the evening overall. Pitch count got a little high. Offensively, I see Kilgo 2 for 5 with 3 runs scored and an RBI triple, stolen base. Rayburn 2 for 3 with a walk and a sac fly and 3 RBIs. Well, it's going to be a tough one. I think it's coming down to Kilgo and Rayburn. They both had good defensive games, too. Nice look by Craig here. I like the sidearm delivery here. This might be something to keep an eye on in the future. We'll see what his velo's sitting at for a sidearm slinger. Runners off on the play. So 75 on the fastball sidearm. I like it. So Craig only a sophomore. There might be a pitcher in there with that delivery. Got Buchanan up. Buchanan 1 for 3. 2 outs. Runner on second. Gorman, I guess that's defensive indifference there on the steal. No attempt. Nice pitch. You say Buchanan went on the swing, so definitely tough picking up Craig right here. So 2 outs here. The runner on second is technically contributed to Andrew Corder. His line on the night is 6 2/3. Ooh, swing and a miss, and that's strike number 3. So Noah Craig comes in and strikes out Buchanan. So 6 2/3 for Corder. Gives up 3, 4, 5 hits on the night. 3 earned runs. Walks 2. Yep, walks 2 on the evening. Strikes out 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Ks. So good night for Corder, earns the win. It really came down to 2 offensive performances tonight. You got Ty Kilgo, who goes 2 for 5 with 3 runs and an RBI, and Matthew Rayborn, who goes 2 for 3 with a run and 3 RBIs. They both play good defense. That's a tough box score, but with Rayburn having the sac fly that led to Branch scoring the second run of the game, earning the walk as well, and then you got to drive in the runs. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Matthew Rayborn as tonight's Camwood Bats player of the game. Tough decision, but overall, oh, hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. Just finishing up my broadcast, so I'll be done in a minute. But yep, I think we're going to go ahead and give the Camwood Bat award to Matthew Rayborn. Excellent night for him. Good team win for Chase High School tonight. So again, Corder, typically a catcher, does a great job on the mound. Sac fly for him. Hunter Brown with a good job behind the plate. He collects a hit, a sac bunt, a walk, scores 2 runs, steals a base. Kilgo, great game. Again, the triple there, the RBI triple in the 7th for insurance runs. Branch gets the RBI single there at the end, technically going 1 for 3. Rayborn, again, great game. McGinnis collects 3 hits. Millwood with the safety squeeze. Craig comes in and closes the game out pitching. And again, the senior Davis, big double in the 6th inning for him. For Brevard, 1 for 4 night for Jordan Brown, probably the best overall athlete on the team. He's going to USC Aiken. Buchanan hits a single, scores a run. Kellen Rogers, 1 for 2 on the night with an RBI single. Good game behind the plate for him as well. Cottrell with the sac fly RBI. McCrary, 1 for 2. Looked okay on the bump. He's a young kid to keep an eye on. Anderson, the senior, 0 for 3. Good defense over at first base. Dewar, 0 for 3. Hodgson, 0 for 3. Made some good plays at third base. And Gorman, 1 for 3, the freshman center fielder. So we appreciate you tuning in. Our next game is Saturday. Right now it's a 12 noon start time. Christ School is hosting Covenant Day. I believe that's the last Christ School private school game we're going to cover until the playoffs start. But again, been a great week of baseball. Tuesday 6-4 Inc over Irwin. Last night 2-0 Tuscola over Reynolds, and tonight final score of 9-3 Chase over Brevard. A lot of youth on both these teams. There's a lot of names on both these teams we'll probably be speaking about more in a year from now as they get older, to get bigger, faster, stronger. Again, just appreciate our sponsors tonight, Hendersonville Honeycrisp. They've been a huge sponsor for us and just helping us, just get what we need, as far as funds and collecting some funds to get this thing rolling, whether it's gas money, equipment, memory cards, paying for hotspots and data. And we feel like it's going pretty well. So any feedback's appreciated. Again, thank you to our sponsors. One last shout out to American Legion Baseball Post 70 Trials at West Henderson, 4:30 on Sunday. I hope to see you there. Any coaches watching tonight, if you have questions, feel free to give me a shout.